So we're finally headed out. We're going to head up to Lake Arrowhead, staying on some national forest land. But finally packed up, got everything ready. We just stopped by for a quick snack at 7-Eleven. Got a little snack and some ice for the cooler. Back here with us is also the puppy today. Well, no longer puppy, but how do I? There she is. Sorry, this gimbal stuff is a little weird. It's pretty cloudy. It hasn't been raining or anything, or it was a little drizzle, but it hasn't rained anything. It hasn't rained crazy at all. But we'll see when we get there how everything's going with weather-wise, and hopefully we get there before it's dark. That's the goal. Finally on the forest road, and it's pretty easy to drive on it. Nothing crazy. It's just a regular fire road. Some ruts here and there. I downloaded an Onyx map and pinned a couple different sites, potential sites. So we're headed to one of them right now and see if we like it. If not, move on to the next, kind of check them out. But so far it looks pretty good. The trees do seem to be thinning out on this side though. The desert's out there. Well, we finally made it out here. We ended up going down a trail and went pretty far in. A lot of the sections that we thought would be some spots that we found on Onyx ended up being closed off with like just barbed wire fencing, or they were just really overgrown. I guess not a lot of people have been coming out to camp this way anymore. So a lot of stuff was just overgrown and just, it was rough finding this, but this is where we ended up. So that's the forest road coming down. Now this one's rated as difficult, which I didn't find it too bad with 33s, and just the larger tires provided pretty decent clearance. But this is the site we ended up at. Well, it's not a site, it's just a big open spot off the road. But that's the fencing there, that every time I thought we would find a good spot was barbed wire fence. Every time. So it made it pretty hard finding an area. But this is where we're at. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't like it too much. I was looking for something a little more, I don't know, I guess more tree coverage was what I was looking for. And we ended up on the north side of Lake Arrowhead. So I guess, I don't know, there's just less trees on this side. It starts turning really into the desert. But yeah, right now we're getting some food started. I don't know if we're gonna stay here, but if we do, the sunrise should be nice. We're getting some food going. Taste of peace. Good. Did get a new chair. The Kelty Lowdown. I think that's what it's called. So, it just is really low to the ground. And Aspen came along with us today. But let's get back to it. So got a little bit of a macaroni here. I think what makes it easy to go out and camp is just taking stuff with you that you have in the fridge. Not necessarily making everything from scratch. So I think that makes it a lot easier when you're planning these trips. Just go in the fridge, find what you have. For example, tomorrow morning, we're doing eggs. Thank you. We're doing eggs, chorizo, beans, and I think that's it. But the eggs, just grab them from the fridge. The chorizo happened to have some, and the beans were already made, so I just threw them in a little container, and we brought them like that. Makes it easy. You don't have to worry about necessarily cooking it out here. Although it is fun to cook, you don't necessarily have to do it. We ended up coming out to Big Bear. Just where we're at, I honestly had a bad gut feeling. It just felt terrible. So I figured, you know what? If I don't feel right about it, let's just move on. So we ended up in Big Bear at a campground called Serrano Campground. It's a place I've been to several times. It is a fee campground, so you do pay to camp here, which is fine. It's $40 here, but it is very well kept. I mean, extremely well kept. Tomorrow morning I'll show you guys around, but I mean, the fire pit's clean, extremely clean. The campsite's clean. The bathrooms, they're full-on bathrooms with flush toilets, showers, and everything. They don't charge anything extra for the showers. You just go in there, do your thing. It's a great campground if you haven't been. It's called Serrano Campground out here in Big Bear, California. But yeah, I just had a not great feeling out there. That and the spot we were at, it was a beautiful spot, but dirt bikes and quads just kept going past us. And at one point I had 3 people on a dirt bike stop there right by us, and they're just there kind of watching, which was weird. So that kind of just was an off feeling, and that led us to leave and come out here. So now here we are. Campfire's going now. It's starting to catch. It's been quite difficult to get it going today. Not sure why. Something else we're dealing with out here is coyotes, and quite a bit of them. There's like a pack of, there's one running by, of 3 or 4 over on our west side, just running back and forth. And they start howling out of nowhere too. I don't think you guys will be able to see them, but their eyes, we point the flashlights over there, and their eyes just reflect off the light. Oh, okay. There's one going by right now. So this is what the setup looks like in here. So I never flipped it. I left the door facing that way. I figured I'm not even going to open it, so not a big deal. Which I didn't. I just left it. Didn't open any windows at night. And it got really, really warm. We hit about 55 degrees in here when outside it was 29. So the lining goes all the way around, and it gives you the windows to access basically your tent canvas windows to the outside on either side, and then has openings for the main doors there and behind me. finally, morning time. It was a rough night. Winds were consistently, I checked on the weather app, the winds were like consistently 20 to 22, 23 miles an hour. And then it was gusting like 36, 38. And then as the day goes, it's supposed to gust even more. So it should be getting up higher than that. But the tent did great. The only thing that bothered me was, I turn this around, this flap up here. So this is what the rainfly should look like. Just like this, propped up and keeping tension on it. So the rainfly itself, I couldn't really tell any crazy like buffeting or anything like that really, because it has tension from the poles and then it has tension from the clips here. It really was just this little piece all night, and I slept on this side, just slapping up against the tent. We're up now. We're gonna get started with some coffee. Well, bathroom break first, and then we'll get started with some coffee. We're all set up now, getting ready for breakfast. This is what it's looking like. So, again, number one recommended modification is this mountain hatch tailgate cover that makes it a flat surface. So, we're cooking up on there. Over here is our dedicated coffee station. Just like last time, some Starbucks Premium Instant Smooth and Nutty Medium Roast Coffee. She also brought out some syrups, I guess, for flavor. And I recently was gifted a jet boil. So we'll be putting this to use today. Figure out how to use it really. I'm not too sure, but we'll get that figured out. All right, so we have our tank. This is our burner here and the stand. So we pop this open. Again, this is my first time using this. This goes onto the stand. Like so. So that's on there now. Pop that up there. And then let me fill this with water really quickly. All right, so we open the gas. Turn that on. Whoa. And then we place this on top. Lock it into place. I think you could even just, oh yeah, there we go. And it does have, so that's full power right there. So I don't know what the advertised timing is for this, as far as like how fast it'll boil, but it's supposed to be soon. Let's see what we got over here. All right, we're boiling now. That was, I didn't time it, but that was super fast. Yeah, that's really cool. Shout out to Jacob for the jet boil. Appreciate you. Okay. Ooh, it smells good. The other cup as well. I think this was enough water. Let's find out. Oh yeah. Just barely. I think just says splash. I don't know what a splash means. I'm gonna hit it with some heavy cream. There it is. Egg and chorizo tacos, and some beans, and some cheese and salsa. So we're having for breakfast today. Taste test. Hopefully y'all can hear me okay. Well, that's the end of our trip. We're headed back home. We ended up just packing up really quick, and Aspen's really cold and she didn't really want to be out anymore. She didn't want to be out all that much as it was, but now that we're packed up, we're headed home. Hopefully the audio's okay. This is coming right out of the DJI itself, so hopefully it sounds okay. But until next time.